Hello and welcome to Nightline. I'm Jana Muhammad Zaki. News making the headlines. Police warn those who join the 2 illegal rallies in Brickfields will face strict action. And Nik Muhammad Hashuddin named new Tabung Haji CEO. The police have arrested 2 individuals to record their statements over the protest against HOT in Tamil Schools rally held at Little India, Brickfields on Friday. The 2 men were arrested after the crowd at the rally was told to disperse at around 7:30 p.m. Brickfields District Acting Police Chief Superintendent Arifai Tarawih said the rally was held without the approval of the Kuala Lumpur City Hall. He said the 2 men have been brought to the Brickfields Police Headquarters. Arifai added that the rally, which started at 7 p.m, was attended by approximately 500 participants who came to protest at the water fountain in Little India. Earlier, the police have issued a strong warning for the people to stay away from the 2 illegal rallies in Little India Brickfields. Kuala Lumpur Police Chief Datuk Sri Mazlan Lazim said the rallies are in protest against the proposed introduction of HOT in Tamil schools and against Muslim preacher Dr. Zakir Naik. Datuk Sri Mazlan said the police rejected the notices on the rallies sent to them because they were incomplete and did not meet the legal requirements.
Pihak DPKL tidak bersetuju mereka mengada di tempat tersebut dan pihak kita juga tidak membenarkan demi keselamatan. So oleh kerana ini kita menyerulah pada mereka yang berkenaan tidak pergi ke sana berhimpun dan kita menegaskan bahawa jika mereka berhimpun juga tindakan setegasnya akan diambil.
He said that if the organisers persist on going ahead with the rallies, the participants will be arrested under Section 9, Subsection 5 of the Peaceful Assembly Act 2012. Datuk Sri Mazlan said the issues raised have been resolved by the government and there's no strong reason to hold the rallies. He also said that the police have deployed a sufficient number of policemen in the area for the safety of the people in the locality. Traffic has been diverted from stretches of 3 roads leading to Little India, namely Jalan Tun Sambantan, Jalan Bank Rakyat and the Federal Highway. Nik Muhammad Hashuddin Yusof has been appointed the new Tabung Haji Group Managing Director and Chief Executive Officer effective September 1st. He replaces Datuk Sri Zukri Samad, who is ending his contract early over health reasons after a year at TH. The announcement was made by Minister in the Prime Minister's Department, Datuk Sri Dr. Mujahid Yusof Rawal, in a statement Friday night. Nik Hashuddin is a business graduate of Curtin University of Technology, Australia, and is a fellow of CPA Australia, one of the world's largest accounting bodies, as well as a member of the Malaysian Institute of Accountants. He also serves on the board of directors in several companies. In the statement, Datuk Sri Mujahid paid tribute to Datuk Sri Zukri, saying he had successfully managed to turn around of TH during his tenure. He said Datuk Sri Zukri's contributions and guidance have helped place TH on a more stable financial footing to carry out TH's primary mandate as a key institution to help Muslims in Malaysia to fulfill the 5th pillar of Islam. Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad has dismissed claims linking palm oil to deforestation, saying they are unfair and unjustified. He added these claims bring a negative impact to Malaysia, which depends highly on the palm oil industry to raise the socio-economic well-being of the people.
We have been accused of putting the need for development before the needs of our forests. The issue of deforestation for oil palm plantation has always been championed by our detractors in order to help us achieve sustainable development goals.
He said this when opening the Hutan Kita exhibition at the Kuala Lumpur Tower on Friday. He also pointed out that the Malaysian palm oil industry is now focusing on improving productivity as well as yields rather than expanding land. This is to avoid deforestation and direct or indirect land use change. The government has also set the maximum arable land for oil palm cultivation at 6.55 million hectares by 2023. And at another event on Friday night, Tun Dr. Mahathir said focus must be given to the nation's talent and resources, capacity building and skill enhancement programs in the private and public sectors. He said he hoped that the country could produce a competitive, productive and relevant workforce tailored to meet the needs of the industry as well as present and future needs.
My hope to all this is that we will be able to harness all the positive values of the youth, their idealism, enthusiasm, commitments and dedication, and so forth. But to inculcate these values, they need to be prompted, and the best path to this end is to promote quality education among them. I'm constantly updated.
He was speaking at the My Perintis 4th anniversary and fundraising dinner Friday night. Also present were Education Minister Dr. Mazli Malik and the founding president of My Perintis, Datuk Lawrence Lau. Perak Exco member Paul Yong Chu Kiong on Friday claimed trial at the Ipoh Sessions Court to raping his 23-year-old Indonesian maid last month. The Trono Assemblyman pleaded not guilty after the charge was read out to him before Judge Nur Hashimah Khalid. Yong was accused of raping his Indonesian maid at his home in Meru Desa Park on July 7th. If found guilty, Yong faces a jail term of up to 20 years and whipping upon conviction. Yong's defence team includes Ram Karpal Singh, who is the Bukit Gelugur MP, RSN Raya, who is the Jelutong MP, Malim Nawar Assemblyman Leong Chok Keng and lawyer Farhan Sapian. The court set bail at 15,000 ringgit with one shorty. Judge Nur Hashimah also set September 24th for the case management. Meanwhile, Yong insisted he does not need to take leave from his official duties despite the Perak Menteri Besar advising him to do so. The DAP lawmaker said there is no reason for him to go on leave as he has not been found guilty. In Pulau Pinang, DAP Organising Secretary Anthony Lok Siu Fook said the party has yet to decide whether any action would be taken against Yong.
We'll let the legal court take its action. We'll respect the whole process, the legal process. As far as any actions to be taken by the party, we have not decided. The party top leadership will meet and then any decision will come from the CEC, if not from any individual.
A prosecution witness told the Kuala Lumpur High Court on Friday that he did not investigate claims by Datuk Seri Muhammad Najib Tun Razak that he had received donations from the King of Saudi Arabia as he thought it was irrelevant. MACC investigating officer Rosli Hussain said the commission also did not investigate claims that there was a meeting between the former Prime Minister and the Saudi King as he felt it had no relevance to the ongoing trial. Rosli, who is the 57th and last prosecution witness in Datuk Seri Najib's corruption trial, said he came to know about this during the recording of the latter's statement to the MACC. During cross-examination by Datuk Seri Najib's lead counsel, Tan Sri Muhammad Shafi'i Abdullah, Rosli said his investigations only revolved around the transactions into Datuk Seri Najib's personal accounts. The court also heard that Datuk Seri Najib's credit card transactions worth 3.3 million ringgit in a single day at a Swiss luxury jeweler, Di Grisogono, in Italy in August 2014 was for a gift to the wife of the former Prime Minister of Qatar. Rosalie confirmed this when cross-examined by lawyer Farhan Reid. Farhan then produced a letter of gratitude dated August 15, 2014, which the lawyer claimed was from the spouse of Qatar's then Prime Minister, addressed to Datuk Seri Najib's wife, Datin Seri Rosmah Mansor, thanking the latter for the jewellery purchases. According to Farhan, the sender was one Nur Abdul Aziz Abdullah Turki Al-Subai, wife of Sheikh Hamad Jassim Jabbar Al-Thani, at that time the Prime Minister of Qatar. When shown the faint and slightly grainy copy of the letter, Rosalie said he has never seen the letter before, and Datin Seri Rosmah also did not inform him on the matter when her statement was taken. The hearing before Judge Muhammad Nazlan Muhammad Ghazali continues on Tuesday. The Customs Department and police have seized drugs worth some 676 million ringgit in the country's biggest drug bust so far. 4 Malaysians and 9 foreigners were also arrested in the operation in Shah Alam, Selangor. Customs Director General Datuk Seri Padi Abdul Halim at a joint media conference with Bukit Aman and CID Director Datuk Muhammad Khalil Kadir Muhammad in Nilai Negeri Sembilan on Friday said the two authorities, after over a month-long surveillance, raided 2 shop lots in Puncak Alam and Section U5 on August 18th. They seized 467 kilograms of ketamine and 3.2 tons of cocaine from the 2 premises. The drugs, which came from Pakistan and Ecuador, were believed to have been brought into Malaysia via Port Klang and were intended for export to a third country. All the 13 suspects have been remanded until August 30th to facilitate investigations for drug trafficking. Police have cracked down on a drug trafficking syndicate believed to have been active in the Klang Valley for the past 3 months, following a raid on 2 drug processing premises 3 days ago. Sentul Police Chief ACP S. Shanmugamurthy said, acting on information, police arrested 2 local men as well as a woman in a 4-wheel drive in Kapong. He added the 3 suspects, aged between 25 and 39, then led police to 2 premises in Kapong and Selayang, where police found various types of drugs and cash totaling 131,000 ringgit. The drugs were believed to be available to over 6,900 customers. Over in Perlis, a medical officer at Tuanku Fauzia Hospital in Kanga was killed in a road accident while travelling to work Thursday morning. In the 7 a.m. incident, Dr. Muhammad Farid Ismail was believed to have lost control of his Pro-Duo Myvi before crashing into a street light. The 28-year-old doctor died on the spot due to severe head as well as body injuries. Police are investigating the case under Section 41, Subsection A of the Road Transport Act 1987. The Kuala Lumpur Immigration Department has raided an illegal settlement home to over 100 foreign workers in Segambut in an early morning operation on Friday. The 1:30 a.m. operation saw police arresting 80 out of the 117 foreigners from Indonesia, Vietnam and Bangladesh. They were arrested for various immigration offences such as overstaying and not having valid documents. The illegal immigrants, aged 20 and 45, have been taken to the Kuala Lumpur Immigration Headquarters for further action, and the case is being investigated under the Immigration Act. The long-awaited 1MDB trial, where former Prime Minister Datuk Seri Najib Tun Razak is charged with abuse of power and money laundering to the tune of 2 billion ringgit, will start on Wednesday. Trial Judge Colin Lawrence Sequeira fixed the date after prosecutors and Datuk Seri Najib's lawyers updated him on the progress of the ongoing SRC case in another court. Sequera also dismissed an application by Datuk Seri Najib's lawyer, Muhammad Shafi'i Abdullah, to begin the 1MDB trial on September 3rd. Earlier, the lawyer had asked for more time as the prosecution served on the defence 2 more voluminous documents Thursday afternoon.
Let me first express my heartfelt congratulations on the Independence Day of Malaysia. First of all, let me congratulate Malaysia and Malaysian people on its successful independence from the colonial tyranny 62 years ago, and secondly, on its successful economic growth for the last 60 years, and thirdly, on its successful transformation of its economy from resource-dependent to an economy technology-driven and service-centered through a very successful technological advancement. Malaysia and Japan have been promoting its bilateral friendship and cooperation for many years. Tun Dr. Mahathir advocated look-east policy, but this look-east policy has been a guiding light between the two countries. The cooperation ranges from economic, trade and investment corporations, and many Japanese industries have been investing in Malaysia. Salama Hari Merdeka to Malaysia and to Malaysians.
After this break, Nightline's auto segment with Wan Izul Islam. Stay tuned. Nightline continues with the auto segment. Many still remember the days when Formula One reigned supreme on the tracks of the Sepang International Circuit. Since the final race of the Malaysian Grand Prix held on April 7, 2017, the circuit now makes way for a new open-wheel racing car category. The Federal International Automobile FIA Formula 4 now gives younger drivers the opportunity to win points and one day become world-class F1 drivers. Wan Izul Islam finds out more.
Welcome to this week's auto segment with your host, Wan Izul Islam. So, I'm here at the Sepang International Circuit where we'll be test driving this beauty right in front of me, the Formula 4 racing sports car. Now, let's go find out more. Intended for junior drivers, Formula 4 is an entry-level racing category that helps bridge the gap between karting and Formula 3. The FIA-endorsed category was formally created in March 2013 when it was approved by the World Motorsports Council. Initially, the Formula 4 Championship started as a single-make category before the regulations were opened up to multiple chassis and engine manufacturers. To explain more about the car specifications, we head over to the pit lanes to meet with the Malaysian pit crews and mechanics handling the vehicles.
This Formula 4 car, we use a 2-litre Renault engine, 160 horsepower at 7,000 RPM. For the top speed, it's about 210 km per hour. For efficiency, we use a fully synthetic engine oil.
This Formula 4 car Southeast Asia powered with 6-speed sequential gearbox and pneumatic air system.
This is steering wheel for Formula 4, and on the right is the up pedal shift, and on the left is down pedal shift. And here you got the red button is for speed limiter, and the green button for neutral gear.
To become eligible for the Formula 4, the vehicle chassis must meet the FIA homologation requirements, respecting technical and commercial regulations. Each car is regulated to a 1,600cc or 1.6-litre engine capacity and is capped at the maximum power output of 160 brake horsepower. According to the same requirements, the engine must last at least 10,000 kilometers and have maximum purchasing price of €9,500 or just over 44,000 ringgit. Formula 4 technical regulations only allow 4-cylinder engines, which can either be normally aspirated or turbocharged with unlimited engine displacement. Drivers participating in these series can receive FIA Super License points, which are required to drive in Formula 1. For a series to be eligible for Super License points, a season must be held over at least 5 events at a minimum of 3 different circuits.
I believe it's definitely the best option to get all the way through to Formula 1. Particularly this championship, because you learn a lot of racecraft with doing 40 races in a whole season.
The 2019 Formula 4 Southeast Asia Championship, fueled by Petron, is currently in its 4th season. It will be held at the Sepang International Circuit from 24th to 25th August.
Feel the rush at Sepang International Circuit this weekend! Woo!
One is Zul Islam for Nightline's Auto segment, TV3.
Still to come on Nightline, Amazon forest fires rage at a record rate. Welcome back. Indonesia, the world's top palm oil producer, has told some retailers in Jakarta to remove food products with palm oil-free labels from their shops as it seeks to protect its key export. According to Director of Goods and Services Circulation Supervision at Indonesia's Trade Ministry, Ojak Simon Munurung, said the ministry had conducted inspections at over a dozen supermarkets in Jakarta in the past few days, and goods carrying palm oil-free labels on their packaging, mostly locally made foods and snacks, were removed from display. He said the ministry conducted the inspection after the country's Drug and Food Control Agency said palm oil-free labelling does not meet its criteria. He, however, did not elaborate on such criteria. Palm oil is under scrutiny over environmental concerns, including in the European Union. The European Commission said earlier this year that palm oil should be phased out from transport fuel in the bloc after it concluded that it causes deforestation. The move has resulted in slowdown of exports of the vegetable oil. Record-breaking forest fires in Brazil's Amazon rainforest are dealing a heavy blow to the country and have evolved into a crisis arousing international attention. According to officials, the number of forest fires in Brazil increased by 82% from January to August in 2019 compared to the same period last year. Brazil's President Jair Bolsonaro has blamed non-governmental organizations for increasing wildfires in the Amazon rainforest in the country's north, but his claim was refuted by environmentalists who argue that the surge of fires was a result of increasing deforestation and burning fueled by the government's anti-environmental policy. Earlier this month, Brazil declared a state of emergency over the rising number of fires in the region. The emergency has now transcended Brazil's borders, reaching Peruvian, Paraguayan and Bolivian regions. Coming up next, action from the Malaysia Cup. Stay with us. Sports football, the 2019 Malaysia Cup. 2 group matches were played on Friday night. Negeri Sembilan beat Terengganu 3-2, while JDT trounced PKNP 5-0 in Johor Bahru. Mauricio opened the scoring in the 13th minute before Gonzalo Cabrera made it 2-0 in the 31st minute. 5 minutes later, Safawi Rashid calmly slotted the ball in from the spot to put JDT 3-0 up at half-time. After the break, JDT were awarded yet another penalty in the 51st minute, and this time Diogo Luis Santos made no mistake from the spot. Safawi struck his second of the night 10 minutes later for the 5-0 final scoreline. That sports item wraps up Nightline. Before we leave, let's take a look at World's Skate Elite as they compete in the 4th edition of the Red Bull Bowl Rippers, which took place in the southern French city of Marseille. With that, I'm Jana Mohamed Zaki. Thank you for watching and stay safe.